What's going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you are having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at and whenever you happen to be watching this. I saw a game trailer on my feed here on YouTube for a new survival, maybe horror-ish game called Dreadzone. Official early access release date trailer. So we're going to take a look at this here. In the description, it says Dreadzone gets a new trailer and release date announcement. Check out the latest Dreadzone trailer for this upcoming survival game set in a deadly quarantine zone. The new Dreadzone trailer shows resource gathering, hunting, gameplay, and combat against deadly enemies. Dreadzone will be available on PC via Steam Early Access on July 17th, 2025. All right, so just a couple weeks away, just around the corner. And Dreadzone scavenge resources, craft tools, build shelter, and survive against dangerous animals, zombies, mutants, and other survivors. Oh. Other survivors. So I wonder if that means there's going to be some PvP stuff going on here. Explore the zone where desperation drives everyone to do whatever it takes to survive. I've always been a pretty big fan of a lot of these. It depends on the game, right? Like I got DayZ. I never really got into DayZ back in the day. I played it a little bit, played with a bunch of friends. I put a decent amount of hours into it, but I don't know. I just never really get into DayZ for that kind of survival game. But then you look at a game like Ark Survival Evolved. I have, hundreds. I for sure have over 1,000 hours in that game. Probably close to around like 1,500 if I had to guess. I love Ark Survival Evolved. I've, got all the DLCs, blah, blah, blah. Played for that. So those kind of survival games where you have to, build your base, tame, animals, and there's actually like bosses and stuff to do in the game are things that I could very much get into. So if this is along those kind of lines of a survival game, then it'll definitely be something right up my alley and I will probably be checking out. So for now, I guess let's just check out the trailer here for Dreadzone. I mean, right at the start, it looks pretty. With the lighting, the water reflection and effects, it looks good. Okay, hunting some deers. Seems like there might be day-night transitions. Gotta cook and eat your food here. Okay. Zombies. We got melee and weapons. We got bows over under, double barrel shotgun. Sounded like there was some kind of assault rifle shooting. Kind of has like a 7 Days to Die vibe, but with maybe a little bit better graphics. Okay, for mining. We got AKs. Now I wonder if that's his cabin. Well, I'll go back later. Weather effects. We got some rainstorms.
Not many you can trust.
Okay.
Here, but sometimes we have to
NPCs. So maybe there's questing. Interesting GPS map. Some kind of cemetery zone. The weather effects look good. Okay, and you're setting up a base. This is very... So are those people? Obviously, we got the names of a friend there. So is there PvP? Okay, we got growing crops. So this looks like his base that you can set up. And this definitely right here is 7 Days to Die vibe. So you can set up traps. What's that, a shotgun or a grenade trap? Got claymores, night vision, and a cave. Okay, hold up. And he's fighting other people. Supply drops. This feels like there's going to be PvP. Is this like 7 Days to Die meets Rust? We got MGs. We got some kind of crazy big boy zombies here. Shotguns. We got 50 cal turret. Holy brother. We got all kinds of stuff.
Stand by.
And is this a group of people sending zombies in against another person? We got airstrikes happening? What? This game has all kinds of stuff. We got scopes. We got leaning. Okay. Underbarrel AK, grenade launcher. Okay. It looks like it has a decent variety of guns with attachments. I mean, I'm assuming this is PvP. I could be wrong though. Maybe these are just AI bots, Grenades. Yeah. And the gunplay, you know, it doesn't look like anything revolutionary, but it doesn't look bad, you know. It looks like some decent gunplay, taking on zombies. Okay. Okay, Dreadzone coming July 17th. Wish list on Steam. All right, let's go back here and look through some of this. So, I mean, yeah, we got mining. I assume this might be like, I don't know if this is your like early base that you've set up, or if we're exploring some other place, you know. The weather effects look pretty good with the rain coming down, and you know, the wind is actually blowing the trees and the bushes, so that's dope. And we've got everything from like bows to shotguns to assault rifles. It looks like there might be some NPC traders. Maybe they give us quests to do, so that would be pretty big, you know. There's an actual like story again with like quests and things to do, so it's not just like straight up sandbox. We're just out there doing whatever. So that could be pretty, you know, dope here. And then yeah, right here setting up this base. This looks very 7 Days to Die, where we got to defend the base. And I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's PvP or just against AI bots. I mean, sometimes in these videos it can be hard to tell, right? Because you don't know if they just have like some scripted stuff that they're trying to throw together for video or what. But we got crops we can grow here, so I would assume that there's also a, you know, survival mechanics like in most of these games, where you got to eat and drink and, you know, all that kind of stuff, where you have all kinds of negative side effects. And then going into his base here, and then yeah, definitely has a very 7 Days to Die vibe with the zombie hordes coming at you. But I mean, with fighting against what could potentially be other people, it also feels like it could have some Rust to it, you know. It'll be the love child of 7 Days to Die and Rust. I don't know. We got the spinny, you know, Half-Life turret there. There seems to be a variety of guns: shotguns, bows, assault rifles, pistols, airstrikes. Like, good lord. And I mean, yeah, we see scopes, leaning mechanics, underbarrel attachments, lasers on the pistol, you know. I don't know why he's leaning that way, not looking through the sight, but, and like I said, I mean, the gunplay doesn't look anything revolutionary, but it doesn't look bad either, you know. I've seen games with worse looking gunplay. The models look pretty good, and the game looks pretty detailed. You know, graphically it looks pretty. I wonder what engine this uses, if it's Unreal or Unity or whatever, you know. Had a laser attachment there. Night vision too, going in the cave. So I mean, okay. All right. I will definitely be throwing this on the wish list and keeping an eye on this. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right off the bat when it hits early access. The biggest thing that I'm interested in is there PvP, you know? In a game like this, PvP can be good or it can be bad. It all depends on how well it's done and how things are balanced and exploited and yada yada. Let me see here. Dreadzone. Let's look this up on Steam here. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the wish list. So it just says single player and co-op. It doesn't say anything about PvP in the little description stuff here. Let me read through Dreadzone last year. The year is 2030, and humanity in the brink of collapse, devastating virus, blah, 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 blah. You're only infected, sent to a remote, desolate zone filled with abandoned factories, crumbling houses, blah, 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 blah. Survive, gather resources, hunt wildlife, scavenge, abandoned ruins, trade with the survivors. I mean, it says trade with survivors. Complete missions. Okay, so it looks like there will be like quest story missions to do. Construct shelters to protect yourself from the elements of hostile threats. Craft weapon tools, essential supplies. Outdoor cook food and prepare for the dangers ahead to stay alive in an unforgiving quarantine zone. I mean, it says trade with survivors, but it doesn't say there's multiplayer or PvP other than co-op. So I mean, I assume that means it's going to be AI. The human looking things that he was fighting in there are probably just bots. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see when the game gets closer to release if there's any more news about it to talk about it, or if they plan to add PvP later on in the future. But yeah, definitely a very 7 Days to Die 5, which I like 7 Days to Die. It's not my favorite survival game, but I enjoyed playing what I played of it. I don't have a ton of hours in the game, but this looks like, you know, maybe a little bit more, graphically enhanced version of 7 Days to Die, I guess, if that's the way to put it, right? The graphics look pretty good. Like I said, the gunplay looked pretty decent, etc. So I guess we'll see what this game will have to offer when it hits early access in a couple weeks. I'd watch a couple people stream it if I can find people playing it, and see what the game's all about. You know, it looks like there's a decent variety of weapons, things to do, hunt wildlife, defend your base against zombies and maybe other AI factions, etc. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this a game that you're interested in? Have you been watching this for a while? You know, and is this something you plan to possibly take a look at, etc. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like and a sub, as it helps me and the channel grow. And yeah, let's the YouTube algorithm gods know that you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see some more. Let me know in the comments what you think about the game. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you all in the next one.